Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 90th minute. We are your hosts, myself, Liam, Lucas, and Greg this evening. No Waz and Maddie, but that's all right. We don't need them. If you are new to the podcast, make sure you hit subscribe, hit like on this video, and comment down below. Get involved with tonight's discussions. Get involved with any and all topics we cover. It's been a very busy week in the week of football, so I think we should jump into it and jump in the deep end with a Merseyside derby, which ended 2-2, VAR decisions, red cards, and potentially a season-ending injury.
So first thing, the really important thing, I predicted this already. So
Genius Greg.
Genius Greg, yep.
Well, first there's Mystic Waz, now there's Genius Greg. What's next? Ludicrous Liam?
Probably, let's be honest.
All right, yeah, it was a fantastic weekend of football in the Premier League, and yeah, we might as well start with, it was probably the biggest match of the weekend and the most controversial for sure.
Yes. All right, Liverpool fan Lucas, take us through the match.
So it started very well for Liverpool. We scored quite early. Sadio Mane, I was going nuts. 5:30 a.m. in the morning. It was the perfect start. Liverpool bounced back perfectly from the Villa match. Showed a lot of energy, great passing, quick passing play, and it was great to watch. What were you guys thinking during this point when it was 1-0? Did you think more was to come, or would Everton come back?
I knew after that goal, and I knew that there'd be a retaliation from Everton. I knew there'd be goals in this game, so I was like, okay, perfect. Let's get this game going. Let's get the fire stoked in a sense, and I think it lived up to the expectations.
Yeah, it's also the fact Liverpool needed to do a good bounce back game again from the Villa game because that was really bad. But is this exactly what they wanted? Not entirely, well, especially with what happened and how it happened. But
yeah, I mean, we can get into all the different VAR discussions, all the different,
because the one thing that happened was after the first goal, right? So
yes, Mr. Van Dijk gets absolutely cut in half by Jordan Pickford, and there's no card, no foul at all. And now it turns out that Mr. Van Dijk will be missing probably 7 to 8 months with ACL injuries. He will require surgery. It could be him done for the season. We'll have to wait and see what it does come back with, but not good news for you.
No, it's actually, I'm just really sad about this, honestly. I don't know what to say. It's a tackle that was certainly not needed. Pickford didn't need to put 2 feet up in the air like that while trying to save the ball or whatever he was trying to do there. It just sucks. He's definitely Liverpool's best player. Liverpool are probably going to have a drop-off from that, as any team would, losing their best defender. I was really annoyed with the ref not giving a red card for that, or even VAR not even checking for a red card, because they're first focusing on the offside and then they didn't even check for a red. I think that's disgraceful. It's just terrible.
Even if it was, because that was the reason, it's because it was offside.
Yeah.
No, they didn't even check.
They
didn't even focus. They didn't even think about checking it, because they were just focused on the offside. Once the offside was done, they're like, okay, we're done the check, and they resumed play. They didn't even think about checking for the red card, according to some ESPN source, Dale Johnson, I think.
But it's just it's crazy, especially when you think of how Lewis Dunk got a red card. We'll talk about this later on, but
in the same match, there was a red card to Richarlison for basically the very similar tackle. I mean, center of the field, it's a red card. Why is it not a red card when the goalkeeper commits that challenge?
Or when it happens during an offside. Yeah. If someone elbows someone after it was offside, they'd probably give a red if it was a bad enough elbow. If someone punched you in the face on the field, they're not going to say, oh, that was offside. We're not going to give a red for that.
Yeah.
100%. And I mean, to continue on with the flow of the actual match, I mean, Everton do go on to score next through Will Keane. So, they get themselves back level on the goal scoring sheet. And I think after that goal, it was almost like Everton had a bit of the edge going forward. I thought so. I thought Everton were the better club in that I'd say 20th to 45th to 50th minute.
I'd say it was kind of even. I guess, in my opinion, I thought Liverpool were playing better. But then again, I do have sometimes rose-tinted glasses, sometimes, especially in a derby.
Liverpool played very well. They played very, very good. But I mean, so did Everton. Credit to them for fighting and for coming back. I mean, Mo Salah does score next to make it 2-1 Liverpool. Again, great finish by the Egyptian.
Yeah, in the 72nd minute. Yeah.
The thing is, like, this is the best Everton's played in a Merseyside derby in a long time as well.
Yeah.
Like, so.
Yeah, they weren't actually just defensive. They actually tried to go forward, tried to make plays in behind. I give big credit to James Rodriguez. I thought whenever Liverpool gave him any time and space, he was making a great ball in behind and creating something dangerous.
And then after Mo Salah's goal, about 10 minutes later, the best goal scorer in the Premier League, Mr. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, the man, the myth, the legend. Greg loves him. I love him. He comes and scores to make it 2-2.
Hey, let's be honest, though. We love him just because it makes Lucas upset.
Look, hey.
Yeah, I mean, hey, he's living up to a bit of his hype right now. I gotta be honest.
He's got to continue his hot form, and he definitely pounced on the opportunity that was presented to him. So
I've always said that he's great getting into good positions and heading the ball. But like I've heard a few Everton fans say this weekend and some bigger high-profile people in the footballing world. He can't kick a ball that well, but he can sure head one pretty well.
Oh, that man can jump. His airtime is pretty fucking insane, honestly.
It's great, exactly, 100%. As the match continues, we then have a red card to Richarlison in the 90th minute. Horrific tackle yet again. I gotta be honest, as soon as I saw that, I said immediately, red card, what are you doing going in, studs up kind of thing. I didn't like how he tried to pretend that he was the one injured and how he then argued with the referee as he was walking off. Get off the pitch, you fucking crunched Thiago in half.
Accept what you did and just...
Yeah,
100%.
Man pulled a Funes Mori getting a red card and then acting like nothing about it.
Yeah. And then... I'm upset. I'm upset after this. Because in my opinion, Liverpool won this derby. They won this match. The ball goes into Sadio Mane, who my entire life, watching the game, playing the game, everything about the game, he's onside. He's not any part of his body that he can score a goal with is not offside. But yet, somehow VAR goes, no, Sadio Mane, you're offside. I'm sorry. Your elbow is keeping you offside. Because yes, I can walk up to the ball and elbow it into the back of the goals.
There.
I don't understand. Anyways, Jordan Henderson's goal gets taken off and it ends 2-2. Lucas, what were you thinking?
Look, so I was writing notes during this match just to help myself remember it more easily. And the main thing I took away from that, the pass from Thiago that he made to Mane in the beginning, what a ball. And what a match he had, especially the second half. Both sides of the ball, evading the pressure from Everton, playing the ball forward in such an adventurous way. It was such a joy to watch, but unfortunately they just allowed us this goal. What were you going to say?
First thing, actually, then before that, who was better, Thiago or James Rodriguez? Because that's like the big debate that everyone's going on with that right now.
I made a TikTok video on my own account saying that Thiago was the man of the match in my opinion. I think, although James did do a great job as well. I gave him credit earlier, just a few minutes ago.
Yeah,
but
I think both players did their role for their club.
Yeah,
because I both are just really, really, really fantastic right now. So
yeah, 100%.
When you're,
but talk to me about the outside, Lucas.
I couldn't believe it. They were checking it. I'm like, how can you tell if it's offside? And his elbow, like you said, who's gonna go out there and elbow swing at a ball like that? And
not who, but you can't.
Yeah,
you literally can't. That's the thing with VAR. VAR should have only been put in to turn back or turn forward opportunities that are clear.
That's how when it was first introduced, it was to fix clear and obvious mistakes. But
you're offside.
On Twitter and everything, everyone's saying the reason it was given as offside is because the Premier League rule is the sleeve of the shirt up is not handball, the sleeve down is handball. So his elbow was in line with his sleeve, so therefore it was like his like shoulder, let's say, was keeping him offside.
I understand what they're
what
saying. That's a rule, but like, is his elbow, like whatever the length is ahead? Does that really give him the advantage to get there first?
I don't
Like, and unless if he's wearing a tight jersey, doesn't the sleeve kind of hang a little? Technically.
Yeah.
And also,
No,
if you
we're
look at
dealing
Thiago's
with
pass when he makes it, the ball's like this wide. It's like a foot, one and a half ball wide. When Thiago makes the pass and they do the freeze frame, it's like 1.5 size.
Multi-billion-dollar league and there's multi-million-pound, technology, and they can't figure it out.
Like, you can't really get an exact decision on that.
Yeah.
Last season, the goal line technology wasn't turned on. Is obviously not perfect. I know VAR and goal line is different. However, there's obvious flaws to this technology.
Yeah, and we could talk about this forever. But the point is, like, it's just stupid. Liverpool should have won the match. Of course, they knew Genius Greg. They knew Genius Greg had to come in and get
that. To me, that ruins the part of the game. That ruins that drama. And not only just it ruins the drama, but like the fact that whenever you score a goal now, you have to look over your shoulder and see if there's a VAR check happening. I understand the technology, and I'm on board with the technology, and I'm on board with having those checks in place because there's been so many goals given that we're not.
It was completely clear that he's offside.
We're not given, and they're supposed to be goals, and that's what technology is there for. However, I don't think the width of his shirt sleeve is what is giving Sadio Mane the massive advantage to assist Jordan Henderson to score a goal.
I don't think I could say it better myself, Liam. And after that decision, and I wrote that, Mane was offside, I threw my pen because I was just so pissed off.
I probably would have. I would have been, if I was a Liverpool fan, I'd have been.
So if we look at this, Liverpool, no Van Dijk for probably the rest of the season. Alisson is likely another few weeks out with a shoulder injury. Thiago, they're still not sure what his injury is. So are we saying the Premier League is now more wide open than ever now?
Probably. Yes. Especially with how other results happened today.
Straight up. I think more and more people are starting to say it now. I've heard on TikTok, we've heard it online, we've even said it ourselves in previous weeks. But this year's Premier League is wide open. I believe. I think an outside dark horse team could come in and win this. Everton, even Villa at this point seems to be able to win a bloody Premier League. I mean, of course, Liverpool, City. United to an extent. I'm not even going to count Manchester United, I got to be honest. But there's a list of clubs who are the big boys who are still within a shout of winning this 100%. But there's also a lot of clubs who are not your typical title challengers who are going to be stiffing around as this league goes on and on.
Yeah. Now, last thing, talking about Liverpool. Who is, like, your two center back partners for Liverpool is Joe Gomez and Matip, right? Yep. What happens if one of them goes down?
Fabinho.
Yeah. Fabinho get in there. If he gets injured, put Hendo in there. If he gets injured, put Wijnaldum in there. Because behind those guys, we just have youth players in there. We have a 17-year-old who's promising. That's my point. We have a 19-year-old who's promising, and Sander I can't even say his name because I'm in pieces right now. But he's apparently fallen off a bit. So,
but that's my point. And so, if you're moving players around, you're taking away key players from other positions. So,
the good thing is
it's not a good position for Liverpool right now.
The good thing is our midfield depth is pretty good. But Liverpool would probably have to buy someone in January, which luckily is only like 2 months away. But
you hope that Matip and Gomez are good enough to kind of handle themselves for the next handful of months until you get to January, like you said.
It's really hard because
in January,
Matip has been unreliable with injuries, playing every single week. He's great when he can play because he's a great defender. And then Joe Gomez, on his day, he's really good. Sometimes he has those bad games like Villa. So hopefully he can get into a consistent form, step up, and be a leader.
I think Villa. I think come January, you guys are going to be looking to buy, even just loan a defender for the rest of the season and kind of get yourself over across the line.
Yeah.
Go get Lewis Dunk. Go get him.
No.
So let's move on to the which game do we want to go to next? City Arsenal.
Let's do it. There's been a lot of games we could talk about. There's just some fantastic.
There really is, honestly. It's been another crazy match day. And
yeah, we'll do City.
The games aren't even done. Yeah. We're recording because, of course, those are on Monday.
We'll do City Arsenal quickly. It was a 1-0 victory for Manchester City. Keeps them moving well. What do you want to say, Greggy?
Not really much. Like
it wasn't the best of games. City did
enough. City had a lot of control over the game. Arsenal had a lot of Saka was really good. But
of course, Thomas Partey did come into the match, get his Arsenal debut. I think he'll be a good player for Arsenal. I'm surprised Atletico let him go, especially for so little.
Yeah, release clause. So
yeah.
But Ederson was very good here, though. Ederson was good. He made very big saves.
Yeah,
I think we should stick with Manchester.
Well, it's a big one for Manchester City, though, and
yeah, they bounced back from a couple rough games, and
because that moved City up to 10th. I mean, I know it's early days, but the City are 10th. They have played one game less than the majority of the Premier League sides.
I don't know what else to really say.
The Arsenal fans are going to get mad again.
Listen, Arsenal fans, your club just needs to score some more goals and win some games, and we'll talk about you guys.
Which is funny because, like, that team should score goals. Aubameyang doesn't seem...
Aubameyang right now?
Aubameyang, yeah, exactly.
This annoys me. I keep forgetting to take the captaincy off my fantasy Premier League off him. So he's not scoring goals, and he's still my captain. And I'm Mo Salah there who keeps scoring goals.
Like I feel like off of him, Lucas, the day he scores a hat trick.
Like maybe I'm just missing it, but like from what I see, he's not getting the ball as much, and he's not making plays.
Personal system's just not working for him at the moment.
Do you think they're playing a bit more defensively?
A lot of the things that
Yeah,
but like they send like long balls that he's just never gonna reach. Put it to his feet and allow him to control how he wants to do it. That's how I see they should do it. But
can we stick with the Manchester club and go to Manchester United versus Newcastle?
Why not?
Sure. It's such a very interesting game. I gotta be honest, because I did not think United were the better side here.
I remember watching True Jordy's video today. He was very mad about because Newcastle were so crap.
Well, I mean, they fell apart towards the end. Donny van de Beek came on and just did things.
He also paid £15 for the game, though.
The what?
When this first goal went in, though, who just thought, "Oh God, it's gonna happen again"?
Oh boy! Yeah, 2 minutes in, Luke Shaw own goal. They're like,
there's just nothing he can do about that, though. It literally just so unlucky.
Yeah, it for United fans, it kind of was like, "Oh boy, just let's hide for 90 minutes. We'll see how bad it gets." I mean, you get an unlikely goal scorer to tie it up in Mr. Harry Maguire. He does something good finally.
Club captain comes in.
Booming
header. The ball in the net. That's what Woz says.
One, he can 100%. Yeah, Woz did
Woz
give us.
Yes, Woz said something that he. Yes, go ahead, Liam.
Let me read that. Let me find Mr. Wozinho. Mr. Wozinho. He said, okay, so he couldn't make the podcast, so whatever. He said, for United, it's good to see us scoring again. Harry Maguire needed that goal for his confidence, but right now it's important that United fans just take it one game at a time. Improvements were seen. We need to hope it carries over into the next game. Rashford was quality alongside Bruno Fernandes. Wozinho.
Now let's get to the penalty. Would you have given this as a penalty?
Fernandes?
Well, yeah. Okay. First off, yeah. Wait. I don't
soft.
Because like
what happened again? I it's not in my head right now.
So kind of like I think it was Hayden who kind of touched Rashford on the shin with his foot. He was trying to get the ball, he missed, and he kind of tapped his shin, but Rashford was kind of going down already. And then they didn't give a penalty initially, and then they went to VAR, had a look, they kept looking at it in slow motion, and they gave the penalty.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's just United.
But did you think it was a penalty?
Probably not.
I mean, it probably was a foul.
But
I
always see it is like when you're in the box, it should be like more harsh, rather like what you're saying to a foul.
A foul's a foul, and ultimately, if it would be given as a free kick at half, it has to be given as a penalty.
You're right, but
then you see the things not given for penalties during the season.
That's what I'm kind of at. Yeah,
100%. But yes, like you said, Mr. Pinalda steps up and does not score. Weirdly, good save by my Dubravka. Was it Dubravka?
No,
Darlow.
Yeah, Lucas, have you added that part of the career mode series yet?
Which one?
When I played Newcastle, I was talking about Darlow and how I confuse his name always.
No, I don't think so.
Anyways,
I always confuse him with a character of a British show named Ken Barlow. Always.
By the way, new career mode video is out on our channel, so you can check that out once you're done with this.
Links in the description.
But yes, eventually at the end of the game, I don't know what happens, but United are like, "Hey guys, we should probably go win this game. It's only 1-1."
Unlikely scorer, Aaron Wan-Bissaka comes in.
Yes, versus Fernandez, 86th minute. Wan-Bissaka scores next in the 90th, and then Rashford in the 96th.
Jeez. Yeah. And
Bruno had that was a quality finish, actually. Bruno's goal.
Wan-Bissaka's goal was fantastic.
Both goals were very nice. Exactly top corner. That's exactly where you need to put
first goal ever for the club.
Newcastle did almost score a goal about 20-30 minutes before those goals. I think Maximin was doing a fantastic job on the left side. Crosses it in. Callum Wilson unfortunately doesn't get enough power on it. And De Gea makes a good save.
De Gea with it was a good save, yeah.
But after that,
it was looked all right this game.
Yeah, but yeah, I think Newcastle, they did concede probably too many shots throughout this match to really get a result.
I think ultimately neither club here played very well. I don't think this is a United historical performance where they're going, "Oh my God, we played so well, so well." It was they did enough to get the job done. They got not lucky, but at the end, they got some chances. They went in. It looks like they smashed this game 4-1. Ultimately, Newcastle were not deserving of a 4-1 defeat.
Yeah, it was a 1-1 until very late in the game.
Exactly. So you know what? Credit to United for not stopping, for keeping going forward and getting those final goals. Credit to them. Credit to Newcastle for, I think, ultimately playing an all right match. Maybe were they not deserving of a point potentially, but they were deserving of it being closer. That's how I look at it.
So you guys want to move on?
Let's finish this match day, the Saturday match day.
Oh yeah.
And let's go talk about the Blues because they blew it.
They really like their new sponsor.
Yeah. Chelsea and the mobile company 3. It gets worse and worse for them. I gotta be honest. It started off very good.
Yes, Timo Werner.
Finally, he's doing what Timo Werner's supposed to do.
Yeah.
His first goal, fantastic turn and the pace to get in behind. It was a great goal. Yeah, fantastic. So he scored in the 15th minute. Then in the 28th minute, we have him scoring again. There's another fantastic goal over the keeper, heads it in. There you go. Get some saucy to you.
Yeah.
And after that, Danny Ings, he pops up as he always seems to. And he gets
this isn't just Danny Ings. This is classic Chelsea defense.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't even their defense initially in this having the fault on this. It was actually Havertz losing the ball.
Okay, well,
yeah, it was Kai Havertz.
It was Havertz.
The Chelsea fault is the next goal.
Yeah, but also
sorry, Che Adams' goal.
Yeah.
But Che Adams, he did have a chance earlier in the half too. That was such a good chance that he missed. I think he missed the net, and I was there like, oh, come on, I have you in my fantasy team. But
Che Adams does score.
Sorry, I was getting mixed up there with the goals. But Danny Ings, in that one-on-one, you just know he's not going to miss.
100%. 100%. He's a man in form, 100%. but Che Adams does score, and it is Chelsea being Chelsea at the back.
That's classic Chelsea defense.
Was it Antonio Rudiger who tried to head it back from
Zuma.
25 yards? Zuma, 25 yards out. He goes, I'm going to head it back. Pardon? No, you can't. No one can. And then loses the foot race. Kepa comes out to collect.
Yeah, doesn't
misses.
like kind of. He doesn't really miss. He like kind of like backs out of the tackle, but it's already in. Then like it goes off the post.
Sort of, yeah.
And it's just like honestly a mess in the box.
It's a very messy, very scrappy goal. However,
Chelsea
Che Adams, he doesn't give up on it. He follows it. He buries it, and you know what? That's a huge goal for Southampton season.
I'm a fan of Che Adams, man. I like what I'm seeing from him. Just needs to do better with his finishing.
Yeah,
kind of like the Calvert-Lewin criticism I have.
I gotta be honest, I actually really like Southampton. Their team is good.
I like Southampton.
They were incredible in the second half. They were passing the ball well, making great plays. But unfortunately, they were
Chelsea dominated first half, and they just fell asleep in the second half because Chelsea was playing Pulisic for the first time, and he was very good in the first half, creating lots of chances. Of course, Havertz does score.
Yeah, as Southampton, their play style, they're a little susceptible to counterattacks, and this was the case here.
Yeah, it was it's unselfish by Timo Werner not going for his hat trick and just passing it across for a wide open net for Kai Havertz.
I thought Theo Walcott scored at the very end of the game, but it was Vestergaard giving the goal.
Yeah,
I thought it was Theo. Oh, that's unfortunate. I want to.
But it was. Scenes.
92nd minute, and Southampton come back to make it 3-3 away at Stamford Bridge through Vestergaard. Yeah, I mean, I think they deserve it. I thought they were all right.
Yeah, I really enjoyed watching them. I think they could have even tried to get a fourth, but they're kind of being a bit careful with their passing because they didn't want to get caught on the counter again. Which, I mean, fair enough. You know, they might have PTSD from Spurs.
I mean, okay, so I'm reading. I'm on the BBC website currently. I'm just looking at their match report. And so last season, Chelsea conceded 54 goals. Mm-hmm. It was 10. It was more than any other team in the top 10. Mm-hmm. So you know they bring in Thiago Silva, who isn't playing very much, whether not fully fit or they think it's just not the best spot. I don't know. And then they bring in a new goalkeeper who is injured. So there's the same old Chelsea. It's the same team as last year. Why are we shocked this is the same thing?
We shouldn't be shocked. I thought when Southampton were creating chances towards the end of the first half, I thought they can get something from this match then. Like, why not? You can get at this Chelsea back line. We've seen it happen several times this season. Like, I think Chelsea right now are kind of in a stage where Liverpool were at a handful of years ago. Shocking in the back. Pretty good attacking. But
yeah, you got triple S going forward, but then you got a lot of bad at the back.
No, not that far back there. Not that far back. They don't have a Luis Suarez type player. I'm talking about early Klopp years when they had before they got Van Dijk.
Yeah, well, I like Ben Chilwell was very good in the first half, honestly. As well. Like,
but where do you give the criticism? Do you give criticism towards Frank Lampard?
He needs some eventually.
Because
it's like they seem lost when they're defending, honestly. It's just like they have no system. It's just
just figure it out.
Yeah. And the one goal, sure, you can blame Kepa. But Kepa made a few decent saves as well. Like
I blame Kepa to an extent, but I also blame Zuma for
the just horrible back pass. Like they should have
mentally not able to
helped him clear it. Like
we just seen Chelsea make so many mistakes consistently, and it's gonna. Do you think they can even make the top 4 this season, or will they be okay? Will they be able to make it?
Be tough. I mean, this entire season looks so weird.
You can't predict the season right now. It's crazy. That's why I love it.
What I was gonna say was, are we looking at a Chelsea backline that is without a leader?
Well, Thiago Silva is a leader,
Who's
but
the leader?
But he also doesn't know the language too well, I presume.
Did he start today?
No.
He didn't play. He wasn't even on the bench.
Exactly. So he's out injured. So we're looking at a Chelsea backline without a leader.
I don't know if he's injured, but he wasn't on the bench. I don't think so.
I'm talking about in general. Like, he is a leader in general. But I guess if he's not in line,
on the pitch, who's leading that backline? It's not Kepa, because that guy doesn't know where he is half the time. Azpilicueta, potentially.
He should be.
Potentially. Should be, exactly. Zuma, Rudiger, do they even know where they are half the days? I don't know. They seem to get lost in the middle of the pitch. Ben Chilwell just showed up last week. He's not going to be their leader back there. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not vibing with the back line of Chelsea.
I see a lot of things with Chelsea supporters with center backs. Like, they usually have their flavor of the month of which center backs they like. When Rudiger came back from injury last season, fans were raving about him. When Christensen was performing well, they were raving about him. Recently, they were raving about Zuma. And now these same defenders keep making mistake after mistake.
Yeah. Just can't be consistent. You can have one good game and then have a bad game. But that's not good enough in the Prem. You need to be consistent every match day.
Like, every player has their bad moments, but you can't just consistently have these bad moments.
Yeah.
So this match ended 3-3. I think we should go to another match that ended 3-3.
Oh, God. We're moving on to Sunday.
Moving on to Sunday. Tottenham Hotspur, West Ham.
London Derby.
What happened? So well. Roman Son scored 45 seconds in. I was about to leave for work, and I saw the ball being played over top. This is going to be a goal. On his right foot, curls home. There we go.
So when that happened, I'm just like, oh. I was like, wait, who sent that pass? It just zooms to Harry Kane. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Harry Kane's playing CDM at the moment, deep line, ball over top.
This is what the commentators were saying, and I kind of 100% agree with it. He's kind of playing like a Bobby Firmino, where he comes back so deep and makes plays, but he also scores. He wants to score as well. And
I mean, I think Harry Kane knows he is not the paciest of center forwards. So he has to use his abilities. He's good on the ball. He's good at passing. Why not use it? You have insanely quick wingers through Son and Mora and now Gareth Bale. You can put balls over top and they can run forward and you come in behind and finish off the play.
Yep.
Or you just do what Heung-min Son does and finish it off himself.
Yeah, well, so like you said, Son scored 40 seconds into the game. So we're just like, all right.
Yeah,
that was quick.
I didn't get to start seeing the match until about 20 minutes after. So I look at my phone. I'm like, 3-0? What?
Yeah, it's 3-0. So Harry Kane scored, of course, the second goal, and then Harry Kane scored again.
16 minutes in. Yeah, so 20 minutes in, you're going, oh my God, it's 3-0. It's going to be a long night for the Hammers.
I thought the goal scoring wasn't going to stop, honestly. But
people really shouldn't have.
People were making jokes. Of people were saying, oh, Moyes, you should have stayed home like the last few results.
Yeah, West Ham had 2 great results while he was coaching from home. He comes back and like, oh God, guys, 3-0, 20 minutes in.
Yeah,
but
it
they didn't give up.
Honestly, this game changed when Gareth Bale came on. Gareth Bale comes on and
Gareth Bale
first fell apart.
I don't know. It was funny because imagine how loud that stadium would have been when Gareth Bale was coming on the pitch, though. Honestly, those are the moments you wish the fans were there for.
100%.
I was even just like, oh shit, he's back.
Gareth Bale.
He's back, bitch.
I know. We'll get onto it later on, but he should have scored. He should have scored. He was one-on-one with the keeper and puts it wide. I was like, oh my Gareth, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Toe poking home. But West Ham do come back. Balbuena scores the 82nd minute off a free kick, heads it home.
Yeah, first one you're just like, okay, a consolation goal.
Exactly.
Not bad.
Davison Sanchez, it gets pinged off his forehead. Nothing Lloris can do. Goes in the back of the net.
We're talking about like Luke Shaw's own goal earlier. Luke Shaw's had no control. This one, completely Sanchez's fault. That was a finisher's finish there, honestly.
Well, 85 minutes gone, and it's 3-2. Spurs are going, oh shit, this is not working.
What's going
West
on?
Ham going, let's throw
Well,
people forward.
That's when
And
Gareth
then-
Bale should have aced the
yes,
game.
Yes, 100. Gareth Bale should have finished it off, no questions asked. But then, in the 94th minute, oh my goodness me, Mr. Lanzini with an absolute thunderbolt. And it's like, whoo,
That thing just.
woo.
There's been a lot of good finishes this.
That was a finish.
That was.
That was
What was he like? 30, 35 yards out.
It
Honestly,
wasn't
like,
even like he just
holy
went for absolute power. He actually like placed it beautifully. It was the perfect strike.
Yeah, Laurie's got a touch to it, but he just couldn't.
He did, and it also kind of hit off his back on the way in. And hit, I think, crossbar post Lloris in, I believe, but it was a fantastic hit.
Moyes was going nuts, just jumping around everywhere.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. The entire Southampton team, the
West Ham.
bench,
West
and
Ham?
everyone was just
West
going.
Ham.
West Ham, sorry. For 3-3, it's all together. West Ham team was going nuts, and honestly, as much as I was wanting Gareth Bale going off, but that was crazy.
You got to give massive credit to West Ham. They didn't give up. West Ham look good right now.
Well,
Where
they
they
weren't
were in
looking
the
good.
table.
Yeah,
They weren't looking good.
Oh, they weren't. But they're
When
looking
this
good
was
right
happening,
now.
I was like, what? So they just came off, beat Leicester 4-0. And then it's just, we're going to get like a 7-0 game against. But they turned it around, and
Yeah.
massive props to
It started off fantastically for Spurs. I mean, Harry Kane having a brilliant performance with 2 goals and an assist. He was running the match. I don't know what changed that second half. I don't know why Spurs took the foot off the gas so much.
That's
But
where
they were-
like you gotta. I
West
feel for
Ham
like
did their
Harry
half.
Kane, because that man worked his
Yeah.
ass off that game. Got 2 goals and an assist, and the Lanzini goal. He's back there for that free kick. Does a really nice header to clear it, playing
Mhm.
defensive game for himself, and it's unlucky for Spurs, but like a massive what a goal by Lanzini.
No, it was huge. It was huge for them. I mean,
Because as Spurs, you're going to be like, well, that goal, what are we supposed to do about that?
mhm.
Well,
But
first,
but
don't
they
stop
shot
that.
themselves in the foot with the first 2
yeah,
goals.
Yeah.
I don't know. First half, I was like, maybe Spurs can actually win the league this year. But no,
that
that
was
was-
a lot of people were saying that.
that.
Yeah.
See,
because
that-
if they were gonna go to second, right? If they won that game, and only behind Everton, so
that's why we gotta try not be prisoner of the moment, even when it seems so
100%.
obvious. When they're gonna win, but no, it's not done until somebody sinks, and it was West Ham.
It ain't over till she's over.
Yeah.
But
So is that it for that match?
yeah, I think so.
I mean, I think it was probably my most. I mean, say my most enjoyable match. But then again, the Liverpool
There
game
was a lot.
pretty fun. But yes, to finish off some of the other results.
Well, let's go to the Villa
well,
game, because that was
well,
just.
I was going to leave that till last. I got to be honest, because that's
You're gonna
pretty exciting. I want to talk quickly. Sheffield United versus Fulham. It did end 1-1. I feel kind of dumb. I got to be honest.
What do you mean you feel dumb?
Because last year, when we did our Premier League prediction episode, we all had Sheffield United getting relegated.
Yeah.
And Sheffield United had a stellar performance last season, and they shocked at the entire football world.
Yeah.
Now, I think we're seeing the real Sheffield United. The momentum has stopped. The players are not playing above their level.
Yeah.
And I did not put Sheffield United in a relegation battle for this year's Premier League prediction.
I don't think I did
I feel I
either.
should have.
Look, Liam, I have an easy way to get out of this for you and us.
Okay.
Okay,
tell
so
me,
I've
Lucas.
heard this from Hugh Wizzy. We're never wrong. We're never wrong because we change our decisions when we get new information, and we have new information now.
The new information is Sheffield United are actually not very good.
They can't score goals. Unfortunately, they did score
Let
one.
me tell you. You want to know why they can't score a goal? They have Mr. McBurney up front.
Yeah,
He's not it, son.
I
He's
gotta
not
give
it.
it to Areola. He did very good. He's been very good for us this season, actually.
Get Rian starting.
Rian didn't start.
I know, but get him starting.
Yeah, he should be, honestly. Give him a chance.
He honestly came on and did like nothing. He
Nothing,
kind of just fell over a couple times.
Hey, come on. It's only his first game with them.
Greg is our Fulham supporter, so this has implications on him. Mitrovic does miss a penalty. He pings it off the crossbar.
Yeah, I was a little mad during that.
Yeah.
What?
When that happened, I was really upset because the thing is, Sheffield United should have won this game in the first half, but of course it was 0-0. And Fulham, in my opinion, was the better team in the second half, and they should have won the game in the second half.
Well, you did score first through Mr. Lookman. Actually, a very good goal. Great footwork.
He's 100% the best player for us. Probably the best player on the pitch that game.
Okay.
He's been absolute class the game and a half he's played now for us. He was okay. He wasn't as good. That's
he
for sure.
hasn't played that much in the past 6 to 8 months.
Tosin Adarabioyo was really good. That for a young man, it just shows how he came in and he slotted in so well. Honestly, Mitrovic probably the worst player that we had when he's usually our only good player, so it kind of felt bad. He had a rough night. He missed a penalty, then conceded a penalty, and they scored to make it 1-1, of course.
He just kicked a man. He absolutely yeeted through the man.
See, the thing is, that happened, but then the play kept going on for at least a minute and a half or so. It was a while. Tom Kearney almost scored a really nice goal, honestly. So we're supposed to get a corner because Ramsdale made a nice save. And I see the ref going over the thing. I'm just like, shit, that's definitely a penalty. I was hoping they just weren't going to do it.
Human.
Yeah, so he goes back. Of course, Billy Sharp does score the goal. Billy Sharp comes in and scores the penalty. Make it 1-1. And after that, Mitrovic also missed 2 key chances. So yeah.
Are you worried about your bench a little? Because you guys only made 1 sub in the match.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure because Cavallero was pretty awful. Not too sure about that. I don't know if you guys know this, but we also let Knockaert go on loan to Nottingham Forest when we just permanently signed him this summer. And it's only until it's a loan until January with an option to buy. So we're probably going to sell him. And I'm not really sure what's going on there. It's kind of a mess. So, yeah.
All I can say is congratulations, you and Sheffield. You got your first points of the season. Yay!
Yeah, we're not last.
You're not bottom, Greg.
For now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, Sheffield United was pretty bad, but I think
you're worse.
If we can get if Mitrovic has a better match and Lookman plays as good as he has been, I think we can get some points off some teams. So
we'll see what happens with Fulham and Sheffield United. But let's go on to Crystal Palace versus Brighton. Wilfred Zaha scores against Brighton. What a surprise!
That penalty was not a penalty.
No.
That was brutal. He just fell over.
Yeah, there wasn't a hell of a lot into it.
He just fell over, and then after, of course, you're just watching Batshuayi give the ball to Zaha, and he's just laughing. He knows that's not a penalty at all.
But, I mean, credit to Zaha. He steps up, he slots it home. He seems to always score against Brighton, so that's just a team he enjoys playing against.
Yeah, and then the next thing that
looked all right.
Wait, what?
So I think Palace looked all right.
They were awful.
They were all right.
They didn't have a shot other than that penalty.
They were all right. They were playing well defensively. They were doing okay. I mean, Brighton were the better side. I don't think anyone's gonna.
They had one shot in the whole match, not just shots
they
on
had
target.
one shot.
Yeah,
that was their only.
They were doing
shot.
all right.
That's not all right. That's bad.
I'm not expecting Crystal Palace to go out and have a 13 shots on target night.
This is a game where these two teams debatably should be fighting for relegation to mid-table kind of area, and Palace got destroyed. They should have lost that game.
And yet, they got a point out of it, which in my books is all right.
Game.
Exactly. In my books, that's all right.
Yeah, well, they almost won the game until
The 90th minute, Mr. McAllister rescued a point for the goals.
it was a nice goal.
It was a good goal.
Looking at the stats, you'd think
And then the
Crystal
man
Palace
myth,
were
the
playing
legend.
against Manchester City.
That's where I'm like confused with Liam.
What?
Like,
I didn't hear what you said, Lucas.
Like saying, I'm looking at the stats, you'd think Crystal Palace were playing Manchester City.
Oh, ultimately, if you
yeah,
look at this game in terms of like statistically, yeah, there's only one club that actually played this game. But at the time, I go, a point is a point. We'll take it.
I know what you're saying. I thought Crystal Palace did play okay defensively. Like they did make like Schlupp was pretty good and stuff. So
it was a classic Roy Hodgson smash and grab.
And what do you think
But
about the red
Mr.
card?
Yeah, Mr. Lewis Dunk.
Lewis Dunk just came flying in. Like what? I honestly was just laughing at that point, just because it's.
Hold on,
Just
was that a worse tackle than Pickford's? It was very similar, in my
It
opinion.
was pretty similar.
2 feet.
But I love the ball. The ball's just there. It's just like, what is he actually thinking? Just jumping in midair and just.
But he just dove at the man's ankles.
It's like, should I use my left foot, right foot? Why not both?
So I think it was Gary Cahill. I hope Gary's okay and everything with that. But I just found that funny. Like just because it's Lewis Dunk with us though too. If Waz was here, honestly.
Pretty much.
So let's go to the final match
let's
of
move
the
on.
weekend. It was Leicester City versus Aston Villa. You know, surprisingly, both sides are up in the table pretty high. Well, not surprising with Leicester, but Aston Villa, they started the season undefeated, won every game, and they continue to do so this weekend.
Yeah, with a 1-0 victory. This game was just like a tactical masterclass, you could kind of say.
Yeah.
Both teams just equaled each other.
Yeah, I'd say it was like, I was going to say it was a chess match, sort of.
Yeah, it wasn't like a good game to watch. Like, it wasn't like an exciting game, but like you could tell it was like a good game just with how everyone was doing off the ball. Like, everyone was working so hard to make sure those passes couldn't get out because they were both trying to play from the back and they were both just not allowing it.
Yeah,
you have to give massive credit to Villa, though. Villa up to second in the Premier League, so you have to give them massive credit for how they're performing, how they're digging deep to grind out these results.
Yeah, for sure. I thought like both sides were able to get forward well, like get into each other's final thirds, but they just weren't able to make that final decision because they both defended very well. Like it was fair play to them, and it did take a great goal to get rid of the deadlock.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, no Jamie Vardy up front. I think Jamie Vardy's in the starting 11. I think Leicester can win this game.
Yeah, Iheanacho brings something else that Vardy doesn't when coming more deep and like getting the ball out to the wingers. Yeah. Well, Vardy just wants to get in behind and score goals, of course. But Jamie Vardy is a massive part of Leicester. So.
Somehow Islam Slimani played in this game.
Yeah,
this man gives me nightmares.
that you guys got to say though, how good like honestly Villa did in the transfer window.
Oh, for sure.
Like Matty Cash is fit in there so well. Ross Barkley came in, of course, scored the goal, scored against Liverpool in the last match as well. It just Ollie Watkins, of course, and
Ollie Watkins. I think everyone kind of thought they overpaid for him and he would be a flop, but he's coming in very well.
They just fit there, and what it does, it doesn't put a massive target on Jack Grealish's back, so he actually can get some support with some quality players. Like Jack Grealish and Ross Barkley work well together and are able to make plays together.
Yeah, Ross Barkley, he's starting to look like a player people were thinking he might become one towards the end of his Everton tenure, and a player we didn't see much of at Chelsea.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for Villa. I mean, I like having these teams kind of doing well at the beginning of the year and, causing some upsets, asking some questions. For the to be 2 months into the Premier League season now and to have Everton top spot and then Villa second, I'm okay with that. I'm enjoying it. A bit of drama, a bit of interesting,
Yeah.
Keep it going, Villa.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's happened yet, but I think Tyrone Mings is pretty close to getting an England call-up.
He has been called up.
He did get called? Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
called up in the last earlier this year, I think.
Okay, no, because I wasn't sure, but like he's been good.
He's performing.
Yeah. And also, yeah, we forgot to mention
Is
with
there anything
transfers
else you want-
Martinez.
Martinez,
the
yes.
goalkeeper. Yeah, he like, that's just such a great coup for them.
The Arsenal guy, yeah.
It's what Villa needed from last season: goaltending, a nice right back, a nice wing back,
goal scoring options,
and goal scoring.
Yeah.
And they brought in Traore for that, and Ollie Watkins, and Ross Barkley, who of course did score the goal, and it was a pretty nice goal.
I have one thing to say about this match. So, like we said earlier, it wasn't the most exciting match to watch. Like I was really tired during the match and kept falling asleep, so I took a nap. But I paused the match around the 70th minute. After I woke up from a nap, I texted the group chat with us. I'm like, all right, was there another goal in the Leicester Villa match? I paused it because I was thinking about watching the rest of it. Well, I was text, yeah, Villa scored in the last minute. I'm like, oh, come on. Why did you have to spoil it? It's like when you spoiled Rocky 3 to me.
Yeah, Waz doesn't listen to what you actually say. He just thinks you want to know what happened.
Now, I didn't specify saying like, oh, I was gonna go watch the match, but
Waz does not read between the lines very well.
That's all good. I did watch the rest of it, and yeah, that was a great goal by Barkley, and
it was a very good goal.
I think a draw would be a fair result, but hey, if someone takes their chance, I guess you do deserve
100%. It. Now, there is 2 matches left to play in this weekend fixtures of the Premier League. West Brom, Burnley. I might give this one a skip, I gotta be honest. It doesn't scream classic to me. You never know.
Just like Fulham, Sheffield United, this is a massive game down at the bottom of the table.
It is, 100%.
Burnley is in last, and West Brom's in 7 or 18.
Not a million miles away from.
So if this match was £15, I'm not sure if it is this weekend or not, but if it was £15, you wouldn't pay for it?
I think I'm working when it's on, so I wouldn't.
No, also we don't have to. That's a UK program, unfortunately.
And then we have to look forward to what I think will be a very, very good match. Leeds United versus Wolves. I think this could be a very good game.
It'll be hopefully a very good game. Teams that like to attack.
Wolves need a result. They need one.
Yeah, they've been having a slow start, which I don't think people really expected. I think people thought they were going to come out flying, honestly, and hasn't happened.
Wolves on the table. Wolves are
Pretty
15th. Wow.
Yeah. Table is just really messed right now. Even though it's early, usually when it's early, you see like where people are most likely going to end. But
you see trends that you have to be wary of. Yeah.
But this one right now, Everton, Aston Villa, top 2.
City in 10th, United 14th.
But like the thing is, one win can bring you up to like 3rd.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So it's something to keep an eye on for the rest of the
Wolves were to win
month.
tomorrow. Well, if Wolves won tomorrow, they'd be tied for 5th. So they'd go from 15th to 5th.
So it's a little too early to really delve into most of the table.
Yeah, a little bit.
Now, what do we want to move on to?
I think we should quickly just go talk about 2 teams in Spain.
La Liga, guitar noises.
Yeah, Senor Frodiola has come in. I mean, ultimately, like I said, I think we should talk about 2 teams because, oh boy, did Barcelona and Real Madrid have a not so good day out.
We're not La Liga experts, by the way. We're casual La Liga watchers at the moment.
I mean, Real Madrid, they get a 1-0 loss against newly promoted Cadiz.
Cadiz for La Liga.
Cadiz. Yes, exactly. But they were deserving of a loss. They only had 2 shots on target, while Cadiz had 5. Possession, Real Madrid had 75% possession. They did nothing with it. So, you know what? Ultimately, I'm happy. Good. I'm happy when these teams lose. I gotta be honest.
Where was it?
It was at the Bernabeu.
Okay.
And then
imagine
Barcelona.
the fans. Like this is like imagine fans
Oh,
beating Real Madrid, or Real Madrid fans losing here.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Barcelona do go on and they lose against Getafe, who I mean are a bit of a bigger club. Jaime Mata scores the goal. Ultimately, again, Barcelona were deserving of the loss. They
Yeah.
only have one shot on target, while Getafe had 4. And again, possession-wise, Barcelona has 73% possession, and they passed the ball 617 times. Stop. Just pass forward. Take a shot on goal. You never know. Maybe. You spend 100 million on like 18 different players. You never know. You might get a goal.
But Liam, it's not the Barcelona way.
I'm a little upset.
Oh, I hate these clubs. I gotta be.
Ping, 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 ping,
Look.
ping, 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 ping.
I'm sure Gerard Piqué had 200 of those passes. Like it's infuriating. Just go forward once. Just try it. You
And
never
then-
know.
Yeah, Getafe.
Every year, Barcelona they splash cash on attacking talent, whether it's Coutinho, whether it's Ousmane Dembele, whether it's Antoine Griezmann. Messi is still there, and somehow they get one shot on goal. What?
I mean, to be fair, Getafe are a very annoying team to play against. They're yes, one shot, Liam. I understand, but they are.
Who else had one shot on net this game? Fucking Celtic. Oh boy.
We'll get into that in a second, Liam. I just want to finish my point with this. Like, Getafe could have scored more too. The guy got on a breakaway. I don't remember his name, unfortunately. And one-on-one. If you don't score a one-on-one, you're like, okay, maybe the goalie saves it, or maybe you're a little wide. This man skied it to the moon.
There you go. Actually, Getafe have one of my favorite players for FIFA career mode in Cucurella. He's good.
Great hair.
He's a bit of a G.
Also, a guy named you remember Niam?
Yeah.
Used to play in the Premier League.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
I want to say, was it Watford? Maybe not. But in this match, pure shithousery from him. He got 8 fouls in the match.
As one does.
And he didn't get a yellow card till like the 8th foul.
Yeah, that's one too many.
Who did he play for? Lucas, you're good. He played for Watford and West Brom.
See, like we said, never wrong.
Never wrong.
So let's move on from La Liga. Obviously, there's more to talk about in La Liga, but it's not our main focus for right now. I do want to talk about Serie A.
Yes, because there's some very big games, actually. The Milan Derby, Napoli-Atalanta. There's some big games.
Let's begin
Juventus
with the Milan
dropping
Derby.
points. Milan Derby. You mean the Zlatan Derby?
Hey, Zlatan is just such a difference maker for that club right now. It's insane.
As Woz would say, he is a fine wine. He has aged impeccably.
Yeah, and yeah, it was a fantastic result for AC Milan. Could they be back? Are they back? That 4-0 right now in the season.
Yeah, you love to see it, especially with how shambles that club's been for the past few years and stuff.
Decade.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, if Zlatan scores 2 goals within a few minutes, the 13th minute, the 16th minute, and then Lukaku does score the 29th, but it's not enough as AC Milan go on to win the Milan Derby. Now, Lucas, I know you wanted to bring up a quote from after the match that Zlatan said.
Yes. So you said after the Derby, if I had the fitness level of a 20 to 30-year-old, I'd be unstoppable. But then again, they can't even stop me now.
Exactly. This man's like 38 years old. Like he's unbelievable.
He just like turned 38 the other day, or 39 or something like that. But
It's
it's actually crazy.
He got an ACL injury, went to the MLS, came back from the MLS maybe because he was just bored of it, and doing well in
Too
Italy.
easy for him.
Yeah, he's scoring bicycle kicks at the 90th minute are there to watch.
Yeah, and he's just now scoring a brace in a derby, which is insane. At 38, 39 years of age, like, is this guy ever gonna slow down?
I mean, he plays that role where he doesn't need to sprint around the pitch to get his job done. You know, he's a target forward. Put the ball into him. He can win a header. He can hold off a defender. And you know what? He can score 15 to 20 goals a season.
This man also got the virus too. And then like maybe a week after recovering, he's like, I'm good. It's easy.
It's because he's Zlatan.
Nothing can stop this man.
No.
But
what was the Inter Milan lineup like, though?
They do have some great players.
Bad. I did not know Alexander Kolarov was there.
Yeah, he transferred. Yeah.
This team's just getting older and older as it goes.
Yeah, they skipped out on signing Tonali so they could get Vidal.
Yeah, Vidal, Perisic. I mean, Hakimi's a great signing for them. I wish he had stuck around at Dortmund. I think that would be a great deal for them.
But
you know, Martinez and Lukaku have been a bit more quiet this season compared to last year.
I disagree.
I mean, compared to last year, they were blowing it up.
It's been 4 games, Liam. And Lukaku has 4 goals.
I mean, but Martinez does not.
Martinez?
Yeah, I said Lautaro and Lukaku.
Martinez has
a dynamic duo.
Martinez has 3 goals in 4 matches. 7 goals between them in first 4 matches. That's pretty good.
More. I want more. I want more dynamic.
Liam wants goals.
Liam wants 68 goals in 5 matches from 2 players.
Yeah.
He's playing.
Let's go.
He's playing career mode on beginner. Let's go. But let's move on. Congrats to AC Milan. Things are looking bright. Hopefully it continues. We love seeing competition.
Lucas' favorite club. Lucas' favorite club, Atalanta.
I like both of these clubs. I like.
Not good.
Hey, when Atalanta lose, I win because Osimhen wins.
Victor?
Yeah.
He scored?
Yeah, he scored.
Wow.
This guy. I've been telling you guys about this guy.
I don't think you're the only one telling us about Victor Osimhen. I gotta be honest with you.
Bro.
I think a couple other people have told me about Victor Osimhen before. Kind of a big deal.
I knew about this guy since the U17 World Cup. This guy was dominant in that. Eating these children for lunch.
Why did you not send a letter to Liverpool be like, hey, can you sign Victor Osimhen?
Because we don't need him. He's on his own path. He's on his
Sorry, we don't need him. Where was that attitude 10 years ago where you were damn near relegation battle? Where was that attitude?
Different times, mate.
Different times.
But yeah, Atalanta got Atalanted.
Yeah, by Chucky Lozano.
Chucky, Politano. And funny thing for Napoli, so you know that what happened with them with Juventus?
So explain a little bit.
So they didn't show up to the match last week. Apparently they were trying to get the match rescheduled because they had a few players with the virus and they received some letters of something that they can't leave the city, but apparently they could have made the match, but they decided not to. And Serie A voted pretty much saying, okay, this is not allowed, this is not cool. You're getting a point deduction, -1 points, and we're giving Juventus a 3-0 victory.
Could be absolutely massive come the end of the year because these two clubs should be battling it out for top spot.
Yet they're still ahead of Juventus on goal difference.
I mean, Juventus also are not in the best of forms.
Yeah, they drew Crotone 1-1.
Yeah,
not ideal.
Maybe Pirlo wasn't the best option, guys.
It was a cheaper one, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
And Liam,
so you don't have to explain to me what it's like to have a cheap coach. You don't have to tell me. I understand.
I wasn't insinuating that to you. But I just want to finish off one more thing before we get to that. Sassuolo, 2nd place in the league. Pretty good start for them.
Yeah. I know you talked about Sassuolo last year as being your hipster new team.
Yeah, they won 4-3.
Yeah, I know, Lucas. You like some hipster clubs. I get it.
Okay, well, let's get into it.
Actually, I'm going to Saint Etienne. That's my hipster club. I don't know why. That's just I've always liked Saint Etienne.
Okay. Well.
What? What hipster clubs? All right, you want to get into the old firm, hey?
Yes.
Yes, let's go.
I really don't want to. I got to be honest.
Yo, Liam, we're getting into this. Get the comments roasting. Get the TikToks going.
Yeah.
Take it away, Liam.
I mean, okay, so 5:30 a.m., Canada. Wake up. I struggle to get because I don't have we don't get the old firm on TV. So I'm trying to find, the stream online, and every stream I go on to, it keeps freezing, keeps dropping. I was like, you know what? I'm getting real fucking annoyed already. My phone goes off, boom, 9 minutes in, is 1-0 Rangers. I'm like, God, this is how it's going to be. It's going to be a long morning because our team is decimated. No Edson Edward, no Ryan Christie, no James Forrest, no Nir Beaton, no Abdel Hamed. The team was not good. We're starting a 20-year-old right back who had never played before for the club. We're starting 3 other players making their old firm debut. It was just bad. So I get the notifications, 1-0 Rangers. Connor Goldson scores. We're all right. I eventually do find a stream to watch the game, and I have Liverpool on my TV. And as the game goes on, I just gave up watching Celtic. I gotta be honest, they were not doing anything. They had 1 shot on target all game. There was no one cared. Not a single Celtic player cared that they were down 2-0 in an old firm derby. They were passing it around the back casually. The goalkeeper was having time on the ball. No one did anything. And I said, ultimately, this is just an absolute pitiful joke, an embarrassment for the club. We're getting outplayed at home by our biggest rivals and the biggest, most important season of our 10 in a row. You have to win the 10 to be 10 in a row. And yeah, it was bad.
So, are you worried about this 10 in a row?
Of course I'm worried. Rangers have been fantastic. Rangers have started this year great. They've made good signings. They seem to be got a decent starting 11 going. Meanwhile, we're still trying to figure out our best 11. We got injuries. We got COVID. We've got this. We've got that. We're trying to figure out our best formation.
Sounds like you got some bad luck, honestly.
We have a lot of bad luck, but I'm not going to blame luck for
exactly
coaching issues as well. I know a lot of Celtic fans are calling for Neil Lennon to be sacked. Was he at fault? He wasn't great. He didn't make substitutions very early, but then again, who did he have to bring on? He brought in Lee Griffiths, who has played 20 minutes for the past year, basically. He brought on Tom Rogic, who basically hasn't played for a season. Who else did we bring on in that match? No one of any note, I'll tell you that.
Ajeti?
Yeah, we brought on Ajeti, who's coming off an injury.
Was Klamala bad?
Klamala played, didn't do much. But no Celtic attacking player did much. I mean, Elyounoussi had 1 chance, which he should have scored. But ultimately, the only person that seemed to care about the entire match was the new boy, Diego Lexalt. He was playing left back. He was good. He was putting balls into the box. He was crossing. He was trying to beat a man or two. He's the only one that had any kind of fight to him. So
I think you'll like him.
Yeah, he seems all right. Sick hair.
So one last question about this. Did Steven Gerrard celebrate like crazy this time?
I turned it off as soon as that final whistle went. I didn't even give it a second. That whistle went, and I said, okay, I'm done with this. Finish up watching Liverpool, and I'm going back to bed.
Yeah. So, Liam, 10 in a row?
If we can get our shit together, yes. But we need to get our shit together very quickly.
Comment down below if Celtic's going to do the 10 in a row or not.
It's not looking. What's the SPFL? Let me pull it up real quick. What's the table looking like?
You guys are 4 points behind Rangers, I think, with a game in hand.
Thank you, Lucas, for being quicker than I am.
So you're only a point behind.
Oh, it's not over. Yeah, it's not over at all.
They still have to play that game and win it. It's not guaranteed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
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 When you play them again, it just has to be a win.
And you have Europe
100%.
alongside it too.
Ultimately, we do, and we have a very tough group. But we gotta go play Zlatan. So who knows what's gonna happen?
What do you think about your group? Are you worried at all?
It's one of those groups where I go, I like it because it has the glamour of a good European group. You know, you got some good European clubs coming out to Celtic Park, but at the same time, I don't think we're going to get through it, especially without fans. You know, a full Celtic Park would be something that would really relish that competition. An empty Celtic Park, and I think the players look very average. I got to be honest.
Yeah, because AC Milan top of top of Serie A, Lille top of Ligue 1, and Sparta Prague. I don't know.
Shane Duffy's gonna stop Zlatan. Oh boy. Oh yeah, we didn't have Christopher Julian as well. He got injured pre-match.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
it was bad. We just didn't have a team basically.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Let's just quickly mention the Bundesliga. It was probably the most boring match day in the Bundesliga so far. Not a lot of goals. Dortmund did win. Bayern did win. Schalke, they actually got a point.
Good job, Schalke. Good job.
But they got a point. They're still second last. One thing I do want to mention, it wasn't anything to do with the Bundesliga matches, but it's about a guy named Mukoko.
The Dortmund guy?
Yeah, the 15-year-old from Dortmund.
Yeah. Insane.
Unfortunately, he got abused at the U19 derby between Schalke and Dortmund, which was very sad to see or hear about.
Because he scored a hat trick, and after his third goal, he got racially abused by the Schalke fans. And it's like, this is a 15-year-old. Let's relax there.
Yeah, but about him though, he's turning 16, I think, in November. Actually, I got his stats up here. November 20th is his birthday. Sorry?
It's unbelievable what he's achieved already.
Yeah, and in 2 under-19 Bundesliga West matches and 1 junior DFB Pokal match, he has 3 hat tricks.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
If you go down, he's 15 playing with the under-19s, but if you go down his, playing with the under-17s, under-16s, he's scored so many goals. He is a goal scoring, and he's so much bigger than everyone else. He's huge.
Well, he's only like 5. He's pretty slim for his height, though. He's
big. He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's a tall guy, but he's pretty slim for now because obviously he's younger, so he's got to build that muscle. But the thing is,
a goal scorer.
When he turns 6, he's already training with Dortmund seniors team right now, and when he turns 16, he can start playing. He's registered for the Champions League. For the Champions League. Could we see this guy playing at 16? And
I hope so. That'd be crazy.
So.
Yeah. Imagine him just like Cristiano Ronaldo just coming up to this kid and just saying, "How's it going?
What's going on, big man?"
But yeah, let's. You want to move quickly? You want to talk about the Champions League pretty quickly before we get into questions?
Yeah, we can definitely go through some groups if you want, or.
Let's just highlight some of the big matches coming up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I know we've been running a bit
long. I know it's Manchester United PSG is on Tuesday, isn't it? Or Wednesday?
Sir. Yes, sir.
There's Lazio Dortmund, Chelsea Sevilla on Tuesday as well.
Yeah.
Are you guys excited for these? Are you excited
Chelsea
for the Champions League coming back?
Oh, 100%.
How would I not be? The Champions League, Lucas.
I'm curious if Chelsea's going to wake up and do something. And Sevilla, of course, coming up. Sevilla.
But
Sevilla can come out of the Europa League win. And
this is a group that I think Sevilla will be able to advance from, I think.
Yeah, but so that'll be an interesting game. Like Lucas said, Lazio Dortmund is a big one for Tuesday.
Yeah, PSG and I will grab headlines, of course. Mm-hmm. But Ajax Liverpool,
good. I'm excited.
Yeah.
It should be lots of goals.
Should be. Atletico versus Bayern. That'd also be good.
Yeah.
And then
Luis Suarez versus Robert Lewandowski.
two of the best strikers of the past decade. Wow, incredible.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Marseille versus Manchester City. That'll be interesting to see if.
City plays Porto.
Well, I'm seeing the first match. I'm going down. I'm now on match day 2.
Okay.
But Liam, can Manchester City do better than you in the career mode?
No, because I'm the best manager of all time. Senor Fraudiola is going to win every trophy he's in this season.
But
good luck with that.
It won't be pretty, but it's going to be one.
So we made a Champions League predictions with Waz, myself, and Viper Sport in the past. But since you two are here, who do you think is going to win the Champions League this year? Because I might change mine.
Bayern Munich.
Did you predict Liverpool, Lucas?
Yeah, I said Liverpool, and now things are looking a little iffy now.
I agree with Liam. I think Bayern Munich, even though they've been a little slow,
should we
but they're gonna show up in the big games. I know they will. And just
question time. Let's go on some TikTok questions. Usually Waz reads these out, but Waz is not here, so boy, I'm reading them out today.
And we'll have some YouTube questions later too.
Right. No. We're doing the YouTube first.
No, we're not.
I run this shit.
From KFR15, he asks, what do you think about AWB, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, changing his nationality from England?
So this isn't confirmed yet, but apparently...
Not confirmed.
But he apparently got rid of the England flag from his Instagram bio or something like that. And there's
something like that. And
there's reports of him changing to the DR Congo. Do you blame him for doing that?
In terms of right backs, England's got a wealth of them.
It's kind of hard. Who remembers a few years ago, or years ago, it's just England right backs. Who we go for? Just Kyle Walker?
Trippier?
Really?
Trippier.
Yeah,
Trent, Wan-Bissaka.
Now, yes, there's so many of them, and if he actually wants to play international football fully,
because
the switch. But nothing's confirmed yet, so we'll wait and see what happens with Mr. Wan-Bissaka.
But it'd be pretty cool to see him play for the DR Congo. I have nothing. I know there's some people who got mad at English players playing for the African nations, which I find really odd. People were talking
because a lot of them just do the opposite.
Yeah.
So
next question is, which two players after Messi and Ronaldo could be great rivals?
Rivals is always a weird term with it because I don't know. Of course, you could consider them rivals because they
consider Mbappe and Haaland because they're in different leagues.
Different leagues. It has to be some
head to head
league.
Well, for Mbappe, many people expect him to go to Real Madrid. So who's going to be that Barca rival potentially? Is Trincao or Pedri one of those guys? Maybe, but
João Felix.
Oh yeah, imagine
that's what I would see it more as Mbappe.
I mean, that's
I know Real Madrid is talking with with Haaland as well, so it could be that as well. Haaland.
Yeah, that's funny though. Actually, no, never mind. Because FIFA had the Haaland versus João Felix event thing, but yeah, if João Felix versus Mbappe, if João Felix develops into a star, and if Atletico keep improving,
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, then that'll be a good one.
Another one.
Premier League wise, anyone? Phil Foden, Mason Mount.
It's not the worst. It's hard because
Calvert-Lewin and Jesus himself.
Rivalries are just so hard until they when you're thinking about it younger, it doesn't really progress until it's older, right? Ronaldo and Messi were just the two best going at it.
And molded into a rivalry.
Yeah, exactly. You can't just say, "Oh yeah, they're gonna have a rivalry." It's
What about
really
well, I don't know if there's really a rivalry. The two of them are just the best of the generation.
Yeah.
What about Mukoko and that guy who came to the Chelsea academy, Musala or something. Apparently that guy's sick.
Ansu Fati.
So, it could be Ansu Fati, João Felix, and Mbappe. That could be a rivalry.
Yeah, 3-person. Wow. I'm moving on to the next question. Because this question is just gonna piss me off, but I'm gonna read it off anyways. Thoughts on Luka Modric and his career and winning the Ballon d'Or?
Okay, let's talk about his career first.
God.
Let's talk about his career first.
Career? He's had a great career. I don't think you can deny how good his career
He was very good at Spurs. He was the creative midfielder that drove that team forward. His big money move to Real Madrid. Deserved.
Won
I think
Champions Leagues.
Yeah, he's won a lot. He hasn't got the spotlight that a lot of players had. I mean, when you're on a team with Cristiano Ronaldo, he's going to get all the spotlight.
Even
However,
like Tony Cruz being on that team, it's so hard to.
But you know what? He pulls a lot of the strings behind the scenes. Very good career. Won a lot.
Made it to the finals of the World Cup.
Now
Did he deserve the Ballon d'Or? No. Sorry, but no.
Liam, you want to go on your Luka Modric rant?
I've already had it too many times. Just didn't deserve it. Everyone knows. The fact that we get questions of, did he deserve it? Did he deserve it? That says to me right there, people know he doesn't deserve it. You don't question, did Messi deserve it when he scored 91 goals in a calendar year? No, because you know he deserves it. Right? Thank you. I answered my own question. Question for the podcast. Top 5 derbies in the world in your guys' personal opinions. Old Firm. Best. Most historic. Most intense. Best club. Boca Juniors River Plate. That gets my second.
Yeah.
I think third for me would be Liverpool versus Manchester United.
That's technically not a derby, I don't think.
It's a derby. It's a derby. It's a
not,
derby.
That's a rivalry.
That's a derby. Fourth, El Clasico, Barcelona, Real Madrid.
Yeah. That's not a derby, though.
Fifth,
See,
how is El Clasico not a fucking derby?
That's the thing. Are we saying actual derbies, or are we being like...
What is your definition of a derby? The two biggest rival clubs.
I say they have to be pretty close to each other.
Close is the point, yeah.
No, El Clasico is a derby.
No, it's not.
What would you call it? It is. It's El Clasico derby.
It's not called the El Clasico derby. It's called El Clasico.
It's a derby, man.
It's not a derby.
That's literally one of the biggest derbies on earth. Okay, hit me with your list then, big man. If you're so full of these facts, hit me with this list.
Okay, so yeah, I would definitely say
my fifth one, just so I finish off my list. My fifth one would be Dortmund versus Bayern Munich.
Yeah, the Riviera derby, that's a great one. The Istanbul derby.
God. Oh, okay. Who do I get off this list?
The one that's not a derby.
I'm sorry. Manchester United versus Liverpool. You're off the list. It has to go to Galatasaray Fenerbahce. Yeah. Come on, Galatasaray.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Super Classico derby, of course, has to be on there. The River Plate, Boca Juniors.
Boca Juniors, yeah.
Yeah, Rangers. Celtic, yeah.
Yeah, Old Firm is.
Brush that off, man.
Old Firm is.
How do you not consider El Clasico to be a derby?
Because they're not even that close to each other, are they?
They don't have to be in the same city to be a derby. It's not my opinion.
You should be in the same region.
They're in the same country.
But yeah. FIFA SC isn't going to have a derby with Barcelona.
No, because they're not rivals, Lucas. You think, okay, so two biggest clubs in Spain, politically, they have the political issues between Catalonia and the Principality of Spain. Then you have titles, players.
That's a rivalry.
They're not. They're more than that. It's transcended rivalry.
In my opinion, a derby is pretty much between, like the Milan derby. That's a derby because those are two clubs within a close region to each other.
Correct.
Would you consider Dortmund Bayern a derby?
I listed that.
That's
my
you
top
think that's a
5.
derby?
Two biggest clubs in Germany. Yeah.
See, okay, like just
Look, well, Liam and I are not going to agree on this. What's your definition of a derby in your opinion, and what's the actual definition?
yeah.
Listen, TikTok, you're gonna slaughter me. I know. I don't care. My derby is my derby.
All right, let's just move on to the next.
Greg, you haven't given us a list yet.
I don't need to give a full list.
Let's
God
just
damn
move
it.
on. Great.
You guys are frauds.
Says the fraud himself. Fraud you.
Who is the most luckiest player ever in football? Not the best player, but gets lucky. I mean, there's only one answer for this entire question, and it's Eric Choupo-Moting. This man is insanely lucky.
I just remember that TikTok from Nuno. Just so funny. But yeah, that's the first name that came to my mind as well.
It's honestly ridiculous.
Eric Maxine
lucky
Choupo-Moting.
players. You think players who are maybe not the best skill wise, but they're able to fit into a very good team and do a job and play alongside some great players. That's how I would judge that.
Lukaku's brother? No, not Lukaku.
Jordan Lukaku?
No, Batshuayi's brother.
Who's his brother?
Wait, who's that guy? Bowling ball or what?
What?
Volleyball and goalie?
Yeah.
That's Lukaku's cousin.
Oh, cousin.
Why is he a lucky
I
player?
don't know.
He just got sacked from Celtic.
Oh, he got sacked?
Yeah, he went to Spain on holiday during the coronavirus.
I didn't know he got
When
sacked.
he came back, he didn't tell anyone. So then the entire team had to quarantine for 2 weeks. Made us miss 2 of our matches. Then we loaned him out to Istanbul, I think. I don't know where he went, but he's off somewhere doing something.
Oh, so
Anyways,
you
he lives
didn't fire
volleyball
him?
and goal. I mean, technically, he's not our player anymore. Well, he is our player. But he's on loan. Yeah, he's at Istanbul Başakşehir.
Başakşehir or whatever.
Başakşehir. But yes, volleyball and goalie. I don't think he's very lucky. He's just dumb.
Yeah, it's a pretty big difference between luck and dumb.
Next question. On Lucas, you can't answer this question. Only me and Greg can answer this question because you have a bias. Okay. Who's better, Greg? Prime Kevin De Bruyne or Prime Ozil? Lucas can't answer. He has a bias.
What? Piss off.
In my team, in my starting 11, I think Kevin De Bruyne gets a spot.
For me, it's Kevin De Bruyne. Honestly, it's just Ozil is.
I can't pay
great.
Ozil 350,000 K a week.
But
Are you talking about his best years though? That year at Arsenal
I'm
or
not
Real
even talking
Madrid?
about that.
I can't
still-
pay him that much
I'm
money,
still
Lucas.
talking Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah,
I mean, it's still like it's a hard thing to say too because Kevin De Bruyne's he's also in his prime right now. So, yeah.
Oh, the disrespect
Okay, Lucas, I'll
also
allow you to
gets just
answer the
because of some
question.
recency stuff. What a shame.
It's not that Ozil is fantastic.
Look,
but-
you're being fair. I'm talking about the fraud.
Oh yeah, him talking 300
And
just because his weight. Right now.
You can't choose him. You are the man. You can't vote for yourself.
Move
I
on.
honestly thought you were gonna say like Steven Gerrard or something, and I'm just like, you see Ozil. I'm like, what?
Moving on. Thoughts on Jordi Alba's career? Good. Very good.
Yeah.
I think it did peak. His career peaked in the Euro series when he scored that goal for me. I got to be honest. Went the entire length of the pitch and scored a goal.
Let's not talk about
You
that.
mean the Euro series that we haven't?
Yeah, the Euro series that's still not completed and Lucas has given up on.
If you're this far into the episode for YouTube, we are not doing that because it's on FIFA 20 and FIFA 21's out.
We have the
Yeah.
footage. We just never
Still
edited it.
toss them out. No,
Can I
you
say?
did
Can I say who won?
Sure. No, not many
Why
people are going
not?
to be hearing this at this point. Yeah, Greg beat
You
Man
were
in the
Germany,
final.
right?
Germany over England.
Yeah, I won with Germany. I won with Germany. Germany versus England.
Turkey made the semifinals, but Liam
Who
bottled
else
it.
really-
I do.
Well, Matt made with two teams in the semifinals, England and Turkey, and then you played with Turkey
Oh,
against
yeah.
Matt's England. And you
Yeah,
disgraced
Matt
Turkey.
play?
Matt beat me. Beat with Turkey. He used Turkey, and I was Netherlands, and he beat me.
Turkey.
And then you go on to lose like 5-0. I took over you at halftime because you were doing so bad.
I assumed he wanted England in the final.
Anyways,
But Jordi Alba, fantastic career. What probably top 3, top 5 left back in the past decade. He won the World Cup with Spain, Euros, obviously, Champions Leagues with Barcelona. Things haven't been going incredibly for him the past year or so. Not much really for Barcelona.
I mean, that's just Barca in general.
Yeah, but he kind of sometimes is talked about a lot, but sometimes he does get overlooked, especially in recent time. But yeah, definitely a player that will.
Because how I always saw it is like when like Marcelo was real, like in his going good too. I always you always hear Marcelo over Jordi Alba and everything too, right? Just because that hit because of Marcelo's attacking threat and everything.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Although Jordi Alba's attacking threat was still pretty damn good.
Oh, I know, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Saying.
Greg, let's get the YouTube ones and we can finish it up.
All right, last question. Which
Only one?
yes, one question, and Liam, you're gonna love it.
Hit me with it.
Where does the hate for Man City come from? Honest question coming from a Man City fan.
I saw this comment. I wanted to respond. I was like, I don't know how to actually respond to this. The simple answer would be money. I don't like how you kind of bought your club's success, but at the same time, I don't really care about money. You know, you do you. You have a rich owner. You should be allowed to spend that money. So, fans. I know this is coming from a Manchester City fan. Congratulations. There's only about 100 of you in the world, so you're a rare breed. I don't like the empty hat. I don't like its lack of emotion. I'm trying. I don't hate Manchester City. I just don't like you.
I just think Manchester City, like, they sometimes try to act like the good guys, really obviously. Like, they try to pander, like, say, oh, we're doing things right. When in the background they do a lot of shady stuff, which
we all know you're doing a lot wrong.
Yeah.
Like I like City. Like, I mean, in this career mode, I really enjoy playing with City. I'm liking me some Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker,
yeah, no
is the
shit.
greatest
They have,
player
like,
on earth.
Players, but
He's the greatest player on earth, Kyle Walker. The man just doesn't give a shit. He'll run through you. But I don't know.
is it funny? I not that I like Manchester City, but I respect them.
Yeah. I respect City.
They're actually just good.
Yeah.
Right now, it's a little off, but I didn't like how they were just winning all the time. Is that kind of funny?
But then again, I think because of Man City's success over the past decade, let's say, and how they've really brought up the Premier League. I think they've forced clubs to get better, to invest more. They've forced teams to really improve at a rapid rate. I think the entire league has benefited from Manchester City's financial success.
Oh yeah, 100%. Manchester City goes out and buys a bunch of players, and now everyone else in the league is just like, past the transfer fund.
Yeah.
Jeez, you know what I'm trying to say. God damn it. Can't speak.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So there were other YouTube questions, but we did pretty much talk about them during the podcast, not directly about the question, but like example, someone asked if Liverpool or Manchester City could win the league, and we kind of talked about who could win the league earlier in this episode.
Liverpool might be a little bit more off because of what happened with Van Dijk, but
yeah.
Still a favorite.
Yeah, so we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was quite long, but we did talk a lot about the Premier League, a bit about the other leagues, some fun discussions of questions. I had a good time. I hope you guys had a good time as well.
Yeah.
Always. From the three of us here and the other two who are not here, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching and listening. We greatly appreciate that. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel on YouTube. Hit like on this video and comment down below. Get involved with tonight's discussions. But like I said, from all of us here at the 90th minute, This has been yet another week in the beautiful game. We will see you next time.